Bro, are you tired of feeling unproductive? Like there's never enough time in the day to do what you need to get done? Well, let me show you how I went from a guy that literally couldn't focus for more than 5 minutes to being in a position where I can say that I'm the most productive I've been in my entire life. Well, if you struggle to be productive, then this video is for you, because this is an issue that a lot of people struggle with nowadays. Because let's be honest, our attention spans are all-time low. And for me personally, I've always seen myself as a bit of a daydreamer, someone who's a bit easily distracted, and to be honest, I thought this is just who I was and this is the way I was always going to be. But to be honest, I was wrong, because with a few tweaks, I've actually managed to skyrocket my productivity and finally get the results that I've always wanted, and you can do the same. So firstly, you want to remove distractions. And as we all know, the number one distraction is this thing right here, the phone. Our phones and electronics are a massive part of our everyday lives, but when we're trying to be productive, we literally need to remove ourselves from them completely. So this means putting your phone on silent, putting it on do not disturb, and removing notifications from your phone while you're trying to focus. And phones are intelligent. They actually have mechanisms in the phone that can actually do this for you. So don't be lazy. When you're actually trying to be productive and focus, simply put your phone on do not disturb, put it on silent. You should have it on silent anyway. You're a bit crazy if you don't. And if that isn't enough to stop you from being distracted, then literally place it as far away from you as you can. So for me, that can mean I put it in one of my drawers, or I literally put it on the other side of the room, away from where I'm working. Because I know you're probably thinking, well, it's not that big of a deal. I can just have it next to me and I just won't use it. We all know how easy it is to be distracted by one little notification that we get, or one little vibration of our phone. All it takes is one notification and suddenly half an hour of focus is just gone straight away. So to avoid that, you need to get your phone away from you as soon as possible when you're trying to focus. Another way to boost your productivity is to set yourself some boundaries. And by boundaries, I mean the boundaries that you want to work in. So for me, how I manage to focus, stay productive, is by giving myself little time scales to be productive in. By that, what I mean is that I'll literally set a timer, usually for 45 minutes, where I will then put my phone away, have the timer on for 45 minutes, and I'll be locked into whatever I'm doing. Then once the 45 minutes is surpassed and the alarm goes off, I then give myself 15 minutes to, have a little break from whatever task I was doing. I can go up, get a drink of water. If I feel like it, I'll maybe go on my phone and reply to some messages, check my emails, whatever it is. And for me, this has worked wonders in really boosting my ability to focus and produce what I want to produce. Of course, you're not limited to 45 minutes here. If you have a high tolerance, you can push this to an hour and a half, whatever suits you. And if you're more at beginner stage, then you can even start maybe at 25 minutes, giving yourself maybe a 5-minute rest period in between, whatever works for you. So just try different parameters and see what sticks. This may be a bit of a weird tip, but I've actually found that changing your clothes and changing your outfit when you're actually trying to focus and be productive can actually help get into the mindset of focus. And by this, what I mean is that maybe changing from, your typical home clothes or your pajamas into something that maybe makes you feel a bit more, like you've got to really focus right now. That can be maybe like a t-shirt, I don't even know, any sort of clothing that will help you to kind of get out of the kind of relaxed, kind of sluggish mindset and help you focus. I'm not saying that you need to put on a whole 4-piece suit and a flipping tuxedo if you want to just focus, but for me, I've found that when I get out of my sleepy clothes, my pajama clothes or whatever, and just put anything else on really, that I'm able to get into the mindset of work a lot easier. Also, you want to set clear goals for these sessions of deep work. So before you start, you need to define what exactly it is that you want to achieve. So for me, what helps is that I will literally say, okay, I want to make 2 scripts today, and I'm giving myself by the end of the day to do that. This way, you know the parameters of success and failure, and it's a lot harder to, kind of stay in that gray area where you're not really sure if you've really been productive today or not. So before your session, set out goals that you can actually measure and achieve that are realistic as well. So you also want to optimize your environment for your work. So this just means you want to clear your workspace, make sure there's not random stuff on your desk if you're working at a desk, or you just haven't got random dirt around you while you're working, because it will distract you. And for me, someone who's quite easily distracted, having multiple different items within my reach and in my workspace can actually derail my progress when I'm working. So I like to keep it simple, just have my laptop and maybe some water and a notepad next to me. So that way it kind of clears any chance of me getting distracted by the random things on my desk. Also, it's really important to clear your mind when you're trying to be productive. So for me, how this has helped is that I try and incorporate some sort of meditation or just deep breathing during my rest times. So as I said before, I have my 45 minutes of work and then my 15 minutes of rest. So during those times, I'll try and meditate or just do some deep breathing, kind of get rid of all the random thoughts that will pop up into your brain. And lastly, you want to make sure you're prioritizing the most difficult task first. You know, that task that you've been putting off for ages, that one task that you think is a lot harder than it probably actually is, that task. That's the first task that you want to approach when you're doing your deep work. Because by delaying it and putting it off for longer and longer, you're just making it into something that's not. Realistically, this task that you want to do probably won't take you anywhere near as long as you think it would, and it's probably not as difficult as you actually think it is. Okay, so by incorporating these tips, you should actually be able to skyrocket your productivity and finally start reaching more of your goals and achievements this year. And if you did find this video valuable, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and like the video so the algorithm pushes it out to more people. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.
Are you seriously watching Pierce all by yourself again? Well, you might as well subscribe then.